guys, cause it's a war. Say they gon' clap our feet. Yeah, we wait your feet, we play for keep inside that water. Ain't no sleep, so bitch, you best to have eat. I ain't never play around with my nose, point to a ball, give me for the job.
Conquer. Fight. Local. Online. Ranked set. Combat League. Ranked set.
Put my finger on the thing. Exactly. Something is missing, and it has nothing to do with the basketball court.
Fuck Becky Hammond,
I don't know their team. I don't know those individuals, but there's some kind of grit factor.
We back. I missed this shit low key. I just had to stop playing it for a little bit so I can get my love back. I always got my love for it, but I always stopped playing it for a couple weeks, a month, so I can get back into it.
I don't know why.
It'll be a little rusty.
To give up a loss like this.
I'm going to be a little rusty.
Well, their spirit hasn't been great the last couple of games.
You know what I'm saying? We back at it, right? I've been trying to give my shit a break for like a good old month.
Of course, the time you feel it.
Couple weeks, so I can get the love back. This is my favorite game, so I try to like take little breaks off this shit so I can keep the love for this shit.
They were really happy with the guys that they got, but I do think they did well. But they're minimum guys for a reason, and those guys generally have not played great. They haven't had any of those signings. Nobody has like stepped forward and been like, "Oh wow, what a steal that they're getting on the minimum." Now we're only in December. There's still time for that to be fixed, but it puts a lot of burden on Durant and Booker. And last night, this whole team sort of died on the vine.
Noob, side y'all, bitch, y'all niggas always pick the same nigga. You know what I do? Random, bitch.
You're pointing. That's your biggest issue with the Suns.
Random, bitch. On the Han Dizzy Yan.
It's the holidays, and I hate to come on here grumpy and, being negative, but damn it, I gotta speak the truth. And Becky was talking about she couldn't put her finger on it, but damn it, I can. I can, Becky. I'm gonna put my finger on it. Here's the thing about the Phoenix Suns. They're soft. They're soft all across the board. And the whole league knows that if you bring a certain level of physicality, that the Phoenix Suns are going to fold like clean sheets. They know this, and so when you watch the Suns play, teams are going to do what? The one thing that they're going to do is try to beat up on the Suns in their interior. They're going to try to crash the glass. The other thing that they're going to do is going to involve a lot of guys like KD and Devin Booker to be in cross-screen actions or pick-and-roll actions. They're going to put Nurkic in the pick-and-roll. When I think about the Phoenix Suns, they're going to, in order to get the change, it's not going to be Bradley Beal that's going to change this narrative about this team. It's going to be them having to buckle down and bring a certain level of physicality. Otherwise, we're going to see this inconsistent play and see teams like the Portland Trail Blazers beat the Phoenix.
What the fuck?
Fatality. Noob Saibot wins.
I'll give you that, nigga. I was distracted, nigga. Try that shit again. Oh, G's. Try that shit again on G's, nigga.
Phoenix Suns, and they're not going to stack up wins until they figure that out.
Becky, you heard Perk. Are the Phoenix Suns soft? Well, I mean, I guess. I can't explain that. It's not a skill set problem, right? Like, all right, Perk, get in there and dirty those sheets. You gotta dirty the sheets. Like, don't fold a clean sheet. You gotta get in there and mix it up. But maybe that's the grittiness and the toughness that I'm talking about. Like, freaking take a punch. Like, get frick back up and hit somebody. Go hit somebody. Yeah, there are games that you're not supposed to lose, and the Trailblazers might unfortunately be one of them. But we can't ignore that the new CBA has made it difficult to really build and keep a big three like this. So, Brian, could the Suns be really the last hope for this idea of a big three in the NBA?
Yeah, I mean, they weren't supposed to be built in the CBA. They just in 5 seconds, went out and made a star trade. They basically thumbed their nose at it. The important thing in the NBA right now is your third best player. You cannot miss on that contract. That guy is, if you're going to pay him the max, he's got to be a stud. And if you're going to pay him a lot of money and he underachieves, you're going to feel it. And so this team reminds me so much of the 2010-11 team. They had big three there. The team was made up of mostly role players. And they struggled when their role players didn't stand up. They really needed those three guys to come together. And it took 20 games. They were 500 games into the 17, 18 games in. It took 20 games for them to get their feet up underneath them, and it took another year where they could use draft picks and use the free agency to get a couple of role players. But that's the Suns that can't do that. They don't have draft picks, and they're not allowed to use different level exceptions. So this is kind of who they have, and they got to rally from within. And I think they can. I believe in this team. But right now, we're not seeing the results.
Yeah, and it's very much predicated on health. I guess it's a little chilly in the desert, but that's normal for this time of the year. Over half of the Celtics shots were from beyond the arc. They took 58 three-point attempts and missed a franchise record 41 of them. But they're committed to it. Boston is on pace to finish top 5 all-time for three-point attempts in a single season. So obviously this is what the team wants to do. But Brian, is the Celtics' reliance on the three ball a bit too much?
Yes. The good news is they are an awesome three-point shooting team. Arguably, from the terms of all the way down their lineup, the most potent three-point shooting team in the league. The bad news is that they know it. And so they can lean on. This is a classic case. How many times in your career as a player and coach have you had a team that you've had to learn and teach how to win at the end of the game? Don't take the easy way out. We have an 11-point lead in the fourth quarter of this game. There is no excuse for a team of the Celtics quality to lose in a situation like that. And it's no excuse that they will go all these possessions in a row when they take a three-pointer. They cannot let the Warriors get bailed out. Forget about a game in December. They can't bail out teams in the Eastern Conference playoffs in the spring because they are the best team in the East. They can't open doors for everybody else.
I think a couple things jump out. First of all, the Celtics, I love three balls. I really do. But at the end of the day, and maybe it's a philosophical thing, but the paint and the free throw line, you end up getting both, and you get more quality looks. Now, I'm not saying they weren't open. There were some open looks, but on nights when it's just not falling, you got to figure out other ways to score. And I think that's putting the ball. They do have guys that can get downhill, and I think just don't always take the easy one. Try to work for the great one, because they took a lot of good shots. Get the great one, get going to the rim, and get some momentum going for yourselves. But we always used to say, when I was with the Spurs, up 20, down 20, it doesn't matter with Golden State. Like, you're always in it. You're never really out of it, and you're never really, like, they're never going to blow you out in a sense where you can't come back, because they're going to play the way they play. But I thought Boston kind of fell into that a little bit more.
They also were trying too hard to get Steph's sixth foul. And when they spent half the fourth quarter trying to attack him, and it got him out of their rhythm, and they never got it back.
Yeah, Perk, did you not like what you saw with the Celtics, especially with their commitment to keep going at Steph, which really disrupted their offensive flow?
Want to upgrade but still paying off your lost phone? Break free from 3-year device contracts. Switch to T-Mobile and we'll pay off your lost phone. And upgrade you to a new Google Pixel 8 or Pixel 8 Pro on us.
The government is so desperate to clean this up that they're blaming it on Americans because they just got caught hiding that $6,400 subsidy. Let me explain. You were supposed to get a $6,400 subsidy from the government last week, and I'm sure you didn't even know, did you? Well, now there's this American Relief Program, and they're giving $6,400 in subsidies to everyone who calls in. All you have to do is click the link below, and you will get your $6,400 subsidy instantly. Like I said, they owe it to you, but they're not calling you, they're not texting you, not emailing you. You literally have to call in. It's super easy. 2 minutes, 2 questions. So click that link below now.
Well, it's a lot of things that I don't like about the Boston Celtics, and this is why, I'm not jumping on the bandwagon right now for us them winning it all. It's because of things that we saw last night. The three-point shooting was one thing, but when you have the athleticism of a Jason Tatum, a Jaylen Brown, a Derrick White, a Drew Holiday, there's nowhere in hell that you shouldn't be attacking downhill more and getting to the free throw line. Okay, and if you are going to search Steph Curry out, a lot of times we saw Steph Curry was on Drew Holiday at some point in that one-point hand in overtime. When Drew Holiday caught it on a low block, Steph was scared to bang with him.
Hold on, bro. Where we at is? Give me a second, my nigga.
Turn Drew Holiday. Let him keep going to work. The Celtics make things too hard. And on top of it, the last thing. They play basketball through periods of a game that make my damn skin crawl. Too much one-on-one, too much isolation. It's times that they get down the floor and it's zero passes. It's just one guy going one-on-one, whether that's Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum. And here's the thing. If the Celtics are trying to accomplish the goal that they're trying to accomplish, Joe Mazzulla is going to have to do a better job of getting these guys to buy in and mix it up when it comes down to just spreading the floor and shooting threes and going isolation.
What are your expectations for this upcoming road trip?
Well, I expect them to get their defensive identity back, right? And get back to just playing hard, right, on both ends of the floor. You see Spurs where it was times before, right?
Baraka. Baraka. Shiva. Black Dragon Fight Club. Fight.
Niggas banging on my motherfucking door and shit. Damn, bro. I be running downstairs with some goofy shit. What's up, nigga? Put your ass on, bro. Put your ass down, bro. Move around. I wanna get rid of put your ass up this corner. Man. Get my mojo back. Damn. Like, every time I'm trying to counter some shit, this nigga on my move. Yeah. Give me that, my boy. Damn, I ain't trying to spark this shit back up itself, but play some Madden, bro. I ain't gonna cut. I'm about to play like 2 games of this shit. Cause I'm trying to get back in the flizzy, you feel me? I'm trying to get back in the flizzy. Once I get back in the flizzy, it's a rizzy, you heard? You niggas better get, in tune. It's all good though. God niggas wanna send me invites and shit. Try to dog me and shit. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see what I got. Oh jeez, nigga. See, when niggas get to thinking too much, that's when they start fucking up low keys. Night Wolf. Yeah,
Shang Tsung's Island Ruins.
Some offense as well. I mean, they're a defensive-based team, so they got to defend to do well. But the way that they're aligned and the way that they're built, they really need some guard scoring. Otherwise, there's so much pressure on AD and LeBron to really have great games. Because sometimes they lose, and you're like, man, AD had an off night, or LeBron had a little bit of an off night, and you're like, yeah, that's why they lost. But sometimes it's because their other guys just haven't been able to deliver. So Gabe should provide, assuming he's healthy.
Damn, he's getting all the pressure.
They also need DeAndre Russell, and they need Cam Reddish to hit some shots. They need Torian Prince to hit some shots. And by the way, the Bulls have won 6 of their last 9 games since Zach LaVine went down. They are coming off a win in Philly the other night, which is one of the most impressive wins of the East Conference this season. This is going to be a real challenge for the Lakers tonight.
Look, Becky, there are some parallels for what you had to deal with in the postseason of the WNBA Finals to what the Lakers sort of are dealing with trying to get their players back. How did you manage your finals run to a championship, considering that you had to, really imbibe energy with your role players like Caleb George and company?
Well, first of all, you start on the defensive end, right? So you got to play some defense because with Chelsea and some of my other players out, you're not going to have the offense that you normally do. So bank on that defense. So if the Lakers can get back on track defensively, I think that's a great start.
Sure.
I love Gabe get back into the mix because just his presence alone will give those other guys space. Whether he hits shots, of course, want to hit shots and get shots, but just his presence out there opens it up for everybody in a really obvious way. And if you're going out on this road,
you got me, my nigga.
Get this first one. And then try to steal one of those.
That's absolutely right.
You want to shoot on the road versus New York Liberty, so you know this best. But are you worried about that being 28th, 27th, and 3-point makes while trying to bring their defense to